St. John warns us that we cannot love the world, and that the one who does love the world does not have the love of the Father in him. St. Paul would say that we have here no abiding city. Our conversation is in heaven. Nostra conversatio in celis est, was over myself in the Chartreuse in France. The Gospel has that description of the elderly Anna who lived in the temple and spent her time in prayer and fasting there. Coming and recognizing the infant in the hands of this couple as the promised Messiah. This hidden saint has been looked upon as an example of those who do live in the house of the Lord in a life of consecrated prayer, truly contemplative. One thinks of the great army of recluses throughout the Middle Ages, holy women who were sealed in their cell at the sanctuary end of a church, and they had an opening upon the Blessed Sacrament on that side of the reclusory, and they were a living lamp, similar to the lamp that burns beside the Blessed Sacrament on our altars or beside them throughout the Catholic world to this day. In the Chartreuse, the Carthusian order, one didn't have access to the Blessed Sacrament, but there are advantages in having the Blessed Sacrament in the place that one lives, thereby being able to be an entity of gratuitous praise and love and warmth for the one who radiates warmth, but often finds coldness in an empty church. In the Chartreuse, the coming together for divine office, especially in the heart of the night, is the moment when one has access to the Blessed Sacrament, essentially, but in choral praise. In a hermitage where the chapel is authorized by the bishop, one has access all the time, day and night, to that presence, and one shares the abode directly with the angels of heaven who are hovering there, adoring and praising. And indeed, more than once, the singing of angels has been heard in this chapel by others, and it is interesting that there are little movements, there are presences around the presence, and we are not alone, we are in a dense cloud. And so it is fitting that the Lord command attention from angels and from souls. And indeed, souls from the other side may also hover around, for in the last stages of their purification, they can at times be allowed to spend time in a place where the Blessed Sacrament is. There is more happening in the house of God than we can possibly imagine. And how horrified would these recluses like Anna be, would they to come back to our churches now and see and hear what goes on in some of them? Noise and applause and talk and even jarring music, which is not the language of heaven but of man. John the Evangelist does say we cannot love the world, for if we do, love of the Father is not in us. And so if we like the world to be heard again in church, in the house of God, we are not loving the Father. Corpus natum de Maria Virgine, vede pasum immolatum in cruce pro homine, cuius latus perforatum fluxit aqua et sanguine, est nobis pregostatum mortis in examine. O Iesu dulcis, O Iesu pie, O Iesu fili Maria. Of the Father's love begotten, and the worlds began to be. He is Alpha and Omega, He the source, the ending, of all things that are and have been, and the future ye shall see. Evermore and evermore.